Yay, you press play. Now put your fucking phone down. Okay, no more phone while you're driving, and everyone's gonna be okay. Everyone's gonna be fine. Cool. That's that. Now, let's start the episode of this podcast. Fair enough? Cool. Hey, I saw you look at your phone. Don't do that again. Okay, now we'll start. Welcome to Board While Driving, and thank you for listening. If you're wondering how to listen on another app or another platform, perhaps the one you're listening on currently, just go to www.boardwhiledriving.com and you can find all the links to where this podcast is available. Okay, cool. Thank you. Season 5, Episode 2, The House of Black and White. Directed by Michael Slavis, again, and written by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. The episode description for Episode 2 reads, Arya arrives in Bravos. Pod and Brienne run into trouble on the road, and Cersei fears for her daughter's safety in Dorne, as Ilaria Sand seeks revenge for Oberyn's death. Meanwhile, Stannis tempts Jon, and Advisor tempts Dany. Lots of temptation going on in here. Follow us on social media at CastFunnyGang and at Board While Driving. Thanks for listening. Hit the episode. Let's go.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, A episode for sure.
It was.
Episode.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of, not lots of vicious deaths, but...
Oh yeah, no, there was a lot of vicious deaths. Brienne,
definitely
just
with
straight
the
fucking murking dudes.
break the sword move.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a Valyrian steel
through
sword.
the neck.
Yeah. That guy was definitely like, wait, what? Oh.
That's not... Oh, shit. He's like, oh...
Yeah, having a Valyrian steel sword is kind of like having like a cheat code. Like...
Basically. And then... What happened after that?
Fucking... Well, Arya murdered that pigeon.
Oh, that also vicious. And she doesn't have... She has a Valyrian or just a good?
No, hers is just Castle Forge steel.
Oh, okay, so... But it's second highest?
Yes, Castle Forge steel would be considered like the best...
Like a...
Like steel sword you can get.
Like a... Not a Jedi lightsaber, but the other one. A Sith saber, whatever. Anyway.
I feel like those are the same.
Are they? Yeah. Well, one under then. And then, so the pigeon got murdered, and then I knew the black guy was a faceless dude. I knew it because he looked like his face didn't look real from the beginning. I mean, it was a real person, but I knew this, dude. There's so much to that now. I want to see.
The House of Black and White?
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Is Arya going to be a faceless person?
Well, that's what he said, right? She's like, who's jacking her off? Not me. Who are you?
No one.
No one. And that is what a girl must become.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is that dude the same dude with the sword that taught her?
Oh, Syrio Farrell?
Yeah, it could be.
There is a very popular fan theory that that's the case, but as of now, we do not know.
Yeah, as of now, I don't know. I feel like you do, but is that dude gonna come back? Hopefully, he was a cool dude. He had maybe one of the best lines in this show, which was the what do we say to the god of death? Not today. That's like the best thing to tell anyone that wants to do suicide. Like, hey man, you want to kill yourself? Just remember, not today. And then tomorrow, same thing, not today.
Also, not today.
And then the next day, just not today. Basically, not ever.
It's just perpetually a good way to keep people alive.
Yeah, and keep fighting, dance fighting.
Ooh, the water dance.
What else? Oh, what's his face? Jamie. So they got that present, right? And that happened to be a viper with the necklace.
Yeah, that was obviously a message from Dorn. Basically saying like, hey, remember we have your fucking daughter. Why are you up there killing our fucking dude?
Oh, Cersei is the dumbest person.
I know, I like how she like immediately is just like, everything's shit. My oldest son is dead. My daughter's about to die.
It's your fault.
And it's weird that she lumps in the fact that her, like, Tommen's gonna have to marry Marjorie as like one of the worst things that could happen. Like,
how?
Like, Joffrey died at his own wedding. It's terrible watching your son die at his own wedding. That, like, in terms of like what mothers want to see, that is like bottom of the fucking list. Like, and then her daughter is obviously in a foreign country that's very hostile towards them right now. Also a terrible situation. Marrying your son to the richest family that has the most eligible bachelorette that's gonna like bring the strength of the realm together in its most desperate time when it has like no leadership. Not exactly a terrible thing, but she seems to think like that's just as bad.
Yeah. And then
that whore from Highgarden.
And then she goes, this is another dumb thing that she says is to Jamie, you were never a father to her. Bruh. Like, yeah, because I couldn't.
Because if people knew,
she would be stoned.
They'd be dead. They'd be executed.
Yeah.
Like, how mad would Robert Baratheon have been?
What would
had
you
he found
rather?
out?
What would you rather want? A dead child for sure, or me just not being a father? How about that?
Cersei obviously is getting unhinged with every day that passes.
And I loved how, like, she goes one by one. Like, yeah, you're gonna be the. Not only are you the ship's person, but also you're now the coin person. And he's like, oh, well, okay.
Well, yeah.
That's another job. You just gave the person
more work?
Yeah, give it to someone else. Anyway, and then the last dude, he goes, oh, we would love for you to be the master of war. And he's like, okay, cool, just have the king tell me this. And he's like, no, the king is busy. Oh, really? This is like the whole point of him. Is for him to be here and learning. Like, the whole point. I feel like you're talking for him, and
Cersei obviously doesn't want to give up her power, and then Kevin is his name, Kevin Lannister, her uncle, and he obviously just burns her real quick. You're the queen mother, nothing, or the king mother, nothing else.
Nothing more. You dumb bitch. Oh, and
if the king needs me, I'll be at Castle.
Yeah, and why are you putting words in like his mouth? Oh, he said you would be great at.
Your skills are unparalleled.
Yeah, get the fuck. He doesn't even know those words.
The kid's 10. Like, fuck you. What else?
It's definitely a episode. There's a lot that happened.
Oh, fucking Sam.
Ooh, that was a great.
Just
scene.
getting that fucking straight burn sesh on Janos Slim.
Yeah. Straight roasts.
I found him in a puddle of his own make. Like.
And I love how the bitch mate dude was like, oh, he's the best, and we served him, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Well, I mean, I guess he didn't do a great job with you because you're a bitch. And then the other dude, the other nominee, freaking long ass eyebrow hair. Bro, he can't even see.
He's so old.
Yeah, what are you doing? Sam has to step up.
Just be like, yo, come on. We all were there.
Yo,
we all saw John just
let's-
murking dudes.
Let me just build a resume right in front of everyone. Not only did one of the top dudes pick him on purpose because he knew that this guy was special. Oh, and then what's his name? What's Shadow? Stannis. He was like, yeah. So all you have to do. He really wants people to kneel down really bad. Like he'll give them anything.
He's got a fucking fetish for that shit. Like, he's just like, oh, you see that guy kneel to me earlier?
What a fucking weirdo.
The king beyond the wall won't kneel to me? Fine, I'll get the bastard of Winterfell. Just kneel before me, pledge your sword to mine.
And it's such a
I'll make you Jon Stark.
It's such a big reward too. Like the last dude, he's like, just kneel before me, and I promise you, your people won't get hurt.
Yeah, I'll move them south of the wall, I'll give them lands, I'll make them citizens of the realm.
What a giant reward.
For just a kneel.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, man, I don't think you understand, bro.
It's like, where is Colin Kaepernick when you need him?
Yeah, Cap would be like, oh shit, yeah.
You be taking knee? I'll take this knee right here.
If you kneel, everyone will be treated equal. Yeah, he would just right away. Yeah, bro, good move. Okay, but was the king of the wildlings?
Mance Raider?
Yeah, that guy's just like, yeah, man, look, if I kneel, that's like the number one rule we have that we don't do is kneel. So
that's like the one. That's the whole reason we're the free folk. Like, we just don't kneel.
It's like, well, I'm just gonna burn you alive then. That was the other.
We got really weak cartilage in our knees. Like, we can't be kneeling, bro. He's like, well, then I guess I'm gonna burn you alive. Like, what? Like,
that's such a harsh
punishment. Like, it's such a big reward for doing it. And so, like, you can tell, like, Stannis is obviously just jerking it to everyone who's ever kneeled before him. Just like, yes, I am the king.
And then Jon Snow is like, look, man, I'll give you Winterfell, plus you'll be a Stark for sure. Because that's all he wanted. He even said, because that's all I ever wanted. But
well, I mean, imagine if you were a bastard growing up in Winterfell and you had brothers that were all Starks, and your father was the Lord of Winterfell, but you were taught from the beginning that you never could be, and that you never were, and you had to remember your place, that you weren't one of them.
But I feel like it's like when you kneel, something bad happens to you. So like I feel like they know, like he knows. He's like, look, if I fucking kneel, I know. I remember my dad kneeled, and guess what happened to him? So I'm gonna pass. Plus he took a vow, and I appreciate that he commits to his vows, because that's a honorable move.
That is a boss move. What about Daenerys' vows?
But what's his punishment gonna be if he says no?
To Stannis?
Yeah.
He's technically outside the realm. And now he's just been elected Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. So their whole reason, like Stannis' whole leverage for like getting Jon to like accept his offer was the fact that Alistair Thorne everyone's thought that he was gonna get elected, and he hates Jon. And so like they were like, what's your what do you think life will be like for you here once he's Lord Commander? And Jon's like, probably pretty shit. And then that didn't happen. So now he's Lord Commander, so he even has more incentive. Like, there's really no leverage especially if Jon doesn't want to. Like, if he wants to keep his word and not... I mean, obviously he wants to be he's always wanted to be a Stark. He's always wanted to be accepted into, like, his family for real. But now that he's Lord Commander, he can kind of... he's in charge, so it's not like he's in danger of someone making his life shit, because he's the one that gets to choose how everyone else lives, really, on the wall.
I see.
Yeah. What about Daenerys, though? She made some vows. She sure as hell kept them there.
Yeah, that's why that's why I like her.
You think that was a boss move?
Yes, it is a boss move. It is definitely 100% boss move. Because because look what she did to the her like close friend. Put her in a vault, like no mercy. That was okay, but just killing the guy for not listening to her. That is the point. That it's like, hey, the guy said we're gonna give him a trial. He was gonna lose the trial. He wasn't gonna win because that dude was just gonna say some shit he told the other guy and then get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all he had to do
was just
wait like a day. You know.
Well, yeah, it's like, what was the timing of this? Like, they left, she basically only told Sir Barristan, like, oh, fine, we'll give him a trial. And then, like, was it, like, that night, like, I was like, I can't wait. Like, I can't. I gotta kill him now.
Yeah. No, that's not a good move. That's the whole point. I feel like just those people are not gonna learn.
The Myronese?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you saw them there at the end. They were all bickering and fighting. All the
yeah, because they're
Misa.
Misa. Like you're treating her like someone that you're not supposed. Like she doesn't even want you. Well, maybe in the beginning she was like happy about it. I wouldn't have been. I'd be like, yo, guys, chill. I'm just a person. I just happen to be a queen.
Well,
right
you
now.
you hear her titles. She's the one that chooses which titles get said before her. And her little speaker, the slave the speaker that she stole.
Yeah, Storyboy, House Targaryen,
Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and the First Men and the Andals, Protector of the Realm, Queen of Marine, Breaker of Chains, Mother of Dragons.
Basically, she's
got a huge ego.
She's like P. Diddy, always changing her name, but then keeping
all the names.
Yeah. It's like, I am Puff Daddy.
I am Sean
Diddy or Snoop Doggy Dogg, and the Dog Father, and the
and Snoop. It's Snoop Dogg, the Snoop Lion,
Snoop Lion,
the Snoopy Snoop, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah, so many. So basically, she needs to chill out a little bit.
With those fucking names.
Yeah, keep it to like 3. Mother of Dragons, definitely keep, because that's...
And Stormborn is like the coolest.
Stormborn of House Targaryen.
You stand before Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, Mother of Dragons. But like, boom, perfect, clean. Yeah. You only get one little adjective at the end, everything else is just family shit.
Yeah. We don't need to add things. And then just the Misa stuff was getting on my nerves.
And they hissed.
And they hissed? Who does that?
I guess that's just what they do.
Bro, just fucking... Okay, I would...
Well, she's got the bastards who don't like her and the slaves that don't like her, so, like, time to bounce.
Yeah, bounce. Just bounce. Be like, hey, you just kill yourselves, okay? We're just gonna...
okay, this place is obviously fucked, and we're gonna bounce over to Westeros.
What I would do, if I was in her position, is, number one, I would have never chained up the dragons at all. That was, like... the number one thing,
bad move
that makes her unbeatable as is. Like, forget the Unsullied, you have dragons. The dragons could beat everybody.
And you saw Drogon at this point. Like, they're getting big enough to start fucking shit up.
Yeah, like if you're playing rock paper scissors and you have a dragon move, dragon beats all of them. So, yeah. So what is she... And then what I would do... See, number one, you don't need a bunch of council dudes. Especially, like, 2 of them. One that she killed. the other dude that's like always bitching.
The representative of the masters.
Yeah, he's always bitching. Oh, but the masters are good to people, and we want to see fights. Okay, well then you fight then. How about you fight?
I don't understand. The masters have always been good. We've always been good people. We just want to see fights.
Fights to death.
It's like okay, you obviously don't get it. Thousands of years, you guys have been doing terrible things.
Obviously something is not going right. So, in my opinion, what I would do is build some schools, make some rules, like, basically they need the Bible. They need a church, you know?
They have enough religions.
For me, this shows that, okay, so before, like, I think, and this is just my opinion, is Marine is like a place without the Bible. Like, there's no real, like...
No, they have
good
gods.
Rules set in place.
They do have rules. Daenerys has now flipped their entire socioeconomic
I don't think
flow.
Like, slavery being a good thing was in the Bible, is what I'm trying to say.
Slavery was in the Bible.
No, but I'm saying slavery being a good thing.
Its rules were laid out on how many slaves equaled how many cows. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
The Bible explicitly states in Leviticus and Deuteronomy.
That's in the beginning ones. Okay.
It explicitly states how many slaves are worth like certain amounts of things. Slavery was ingrained in the Bible.
And who freed the slaves? Moses. Okay, so obviously it was a good move to not have slavery.
Yeah, those chapters come after that. They're still allowed, when Moses left, they were still allowed to take and enslave other people. It was time for them to stop being slaves.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like a good move.
But it didn't condemn slavery. The Bible doesn't condemn slavery.
But it's not. It's like anyway. Slavery is not a good thing.
It's obviously not. But what I'm saying is, like, this place does have its own gods and its own religion.
I know, but
their religion just like it also, it provides for this socioeconomic marketplace of people.
Yeah, just leave Daenerys. Honestly, there's no point. There's no saving these people, and she needs to learn that. Like, you can't turn like a place where all they know is what they know to like a more of a happier place that you want it to be. But she is kind of like, I think I get her point. Like, she knows what she wants, but at the same time she wants the people to make the choice of their own, and she kind of gets like annoyed that they're not learning.
Yeah, they're just like fighting pits. You're like, no. And then the slaves come back. Can we be slaves again? Fuck no.
The whole point.
What the fuck have I been doing?
And yeah, but does whatever Drogon come back like to be chill or no? We don't know.
Well, what do you think from that last scene?
I think because her facial reactions were like happy, sad, and then confused. So I think he's gonna come back. What she needs to do? Why did she chain up the good ones? Now they're mad at her, and that's not
right. Like they didn't kill any little girls.
Yeah, it's like relax. Like, she's just making bad choices right now, and she needs to listen to that one dude, the old one.
Sir Barristan?
Yeah, and Jorah's gone. Good. I bet you when he comes back, it's gonna be like in a very terrible moment for him. Like, she's gonna be fucking, and then he's gonna walk in and be like, this is the worst time.
Well, I mean, she said that if he ever shows his face again,
That what'll happen?
he'll put his head on a spike.
Oh man. Okay, well, I wouldn't come back. I would be like, you know what? I've seen what you've done. You keep your word on things like that. So.
Yeah. So Jorah's on a long, long journey into exile.
So is Daenerys like stuck in that castle because she can't leave, or what? Or in the pyramid, whatever that is.
It's a pyramid. Is she stuck in there?
Like she can't just leave, right?
Well, I mean,
Like aren't those people just like outside waiting? No,
which people?
like the hissers.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, like, the city is obviously not very happy with her right now. Like, obviously, masters and freed
Even
slaves
after that
are-
speech, like, hey guys, just letting.
So, you have to have justice in order to have peace. You have to have peace in order to have justice.
Yeah, hey y'all, just real quick.
Check it out, we don't murder.
Yeah, there's trials. We explained it to this guy, so that makes, and he didn't listen. He just murdered somebody, so that makes him a traitor. And guess what? According to the laws, traitors get their heads cut off. So there's no other move, unless could he have done trial by combat, or traitors don't get that.
It's they never had a trial, so there was never an opportunity for him to do that, and also that guy didn't grow up in Westeros, so he wouldn't even know of that.
And plus, there shouldn't even be a
it's-
trial because it was.
Also, it's unclear if Daenerys has is even implementing anything like that in her rule. Her rule is really, really unclear. I mean, she's really just developing it as she goes. That's why she's like, I want to stay in Marine so I can learn how to do it before I go over to Westeros. So she's just kind of making up the shit as she goes. And then adjusting it based off of council.
I've noticed.
So it's not like there's a standing law in Marine. Like, okay, we're all going to be Westerosi law now. It's just kind of like what she says. Like, don't murder, don't fuck it, you can't have slaves.
Yeah, she needs to write the laws down and for people to learn them, because she can't just make up stuff.
Well, because obviously, just by saying it isn't working. It's not getting out to the people.
Yeah,
They're
there's
not,
no communication.
They're not getting it.
Plus, can they even read? So many things. Or just play a giant telephone game around the temple. Be like, hey, just don't murder anyone. And then by the end of it, it'll be like, hey, pigeons make good pies, apparently. No, that's not what it started with.
Speaking of reading, Gilly was learning to read this episode.
And Sam was like, hey, did you know, bitch?
I know S.
I know S, bro. Right now, S is the greatest thing ever. And you and Sir whatever ostrich face, I forgot what he said. Can chill.
Ostrich face?
I don't know.
Ostrich Stark.
Is it Ostrich Stark?
That's who the...
Who would name someone ostrich? Anyway.
But no, but then, what's her name? Shireen, the little girl with the grayscale face?
Yeah, lizard face, yeah.
Lizard face.
And the mom's face is I can't look at it. You know what it reminds me of? The other woman's face that Littlefinger married.
Oh, Lysa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very lizard-like. It's oh, she's a wildling, you can't trust them. Stannis hates them. Well, I mean...
They're just people.
They're still people. They're
not White Walkers. For sure.
Yeah. They're on the side of people and not White Walkers.
But you can see that when Sam is like putting John up, and then at the end, Alistair stands up and he's like, but he's a wildling lover. Who do you want leading us? The one that fucks the wildlings, or the one that spent their entire life killing them? And it's like, well, you haven't even seen a White Walker, you bitch.
Yeah.
Like, there are people that went on that fucking ranging with the Lord Commander, like Sam and shit. Like, why is no one else, like, being like, yo, we definitely saw White Walkers.
Like an army of them.
Like, we definitely saw them. Wildlings, not important. Like, no longer do we give a fuck about wildlings. If anything, we should try to get as many of them, like, to help us as possible.
Yeah.
Instead of, just being like, no, we're going to keep fighting these wildlings instead of worrying about the real enemy coming.
Yeah, no one is speaking up. I feel like that's the problem.
There are multiple levels of communication that are being failed right now.
Yeah, especially at Marine, though. Marine is number one.
Yeah, we need to get those laws written down.
Oh, and then there was Tyrion, who's just on that binge, bro.
Yo, he's on that deep depression.
But I feel his pain. I know what he's feeling. I went on a drinking rampage, but I feel like he'll snap out of it. Hopefully, we don't know.
Well,
and who's Varys? Varys, I feel like he sort of regrets something, like regrets helping them a little bit.
well, he did have a very cushy life that he was, he obviously didn't help him at the trial because he wanted to keep his status.
And now they made the fucking, what's his name? The black wizard guy? Not a wizard.
Qyburn?
Yeah. I don't like... Cersei is just an insane person. Yeah, let me get the most weirdest scientist, and we'll make him also Master of Whispers. Why? He's gonna make Frankenstein. He's probably gonna use that head, and I don't know what he's gonna do with it actually.
Just experiment on it. If you think back to medieval times, the only way anybody learned anything was by cutting people open. And being like, what the fuck's in here?
But I wouldn't consider this medieval times. I mean, it's closest to it, but...
Well,
and what happened to Gandalf and Crazy Legs Stark? What's going... It's been 2 episodes.
Crazy Legs Stark.
It's been 2 episodes and still no word of them.
I feel like I should just tell you now.
No, but just...
Well, I knew before this season happened because it was in the news, so it's not like...
Was that the end of them?
No, it's just they're not in season 5. Their storyline in the books is very similar to the storyline that's played out in the show, in that they spend a stupid amount of time walking north
to find Gandalf,
and then we don't know. Like, the books don't give us any more than, like, just fucking going north. So, like, when they, at the end of season 4, when they get there to the fucking tree with the 3-eyed raven in it.
Yeah, Gandalf's house.
That's pretty much where his storyline is in the books.
That's where it ends in the books?
Yeah, while everyone else in season 4 is still, like,
What is the...
in order to, like, filming it, like, they didn't put as much into Bran's storyline as... I mean, it's not like there was a lot more to be done. It's just a lot of more side quests.
Like, he just had to find Gandalf?
Well, yeah, that's all he's been talking about since he fell from that goddamn tower.
I know, but how...
Is that 3-eyed raven that keeps bugging
What
him.
a terrible...
That's not an end. It's not an end.
I know,
I'm just saying he's not in season 5 because they need to catch everyone else's character up to where Bran's book stuff is all done up at the end of season 4. but everyone else still needs season 5.
So there's no more. Like, is J.J. Martin guy making another, like, still writing?
He's been writing the 6th book for the last 7 years.
You're joking.
No. Pretty much everyone that's a book fan is for sure, like, it's almost done. It's been apparently almost done for the past 3 years. Like, he'll put on his blog, like, should be coming out this winter, and then, like, it won't. And then a year will pass, and he'll be like, maybe next spring, and then it won't. And he'll be like, you know what, I'm just going to stop making promises.
Because because you can't hype up the thing.
Well, no, but whatever it is, everyone that reads the books is pretty much sure that because he's so old and because he's so unhealthily fat, like he's morbidly obese, he's going to get this 6th book out. And then he's probably going to die before that 7th book comes out. Because he's just not going to... I mean, it's going to take him 10 years to write that book.
Okay, you know what, though?
He doesn't have 10 years.
Okay,
he's got maybe 6.
Well, then, guess what? I feel like this is going to be like a Knights of the Watch type of thing, and I nominate myself to finish that 7th book.
Well, someone will finish it.
No, it has to be me.
Dear God,
it's gonna be the best book ever.
It's just gonna be like fucking. Then Crazy Legs was like, it's like, yo, dude, fucking, you can't keep dragging me. You gotta pick me up. Like, no. Not you, but we don't get Bran in season 5 because they rushed his storyline because there was not much to the story besides him walking north, and the rest of the characters still have book shit to be like. There's too much going on with all the other characters, so it's like they leave him out of season 5 so they can catch everyone up to where the books are, and then after season 5. Is pretty much not like there's some things that are like hinted at and alluded to in the books, but you can't know for sure in season 6. But pretty much after season 5, everyone's book stuff is caught up, and then everything after that is just the people that make the show like
they just
guessing.
Decide. Oh, you can't do that.
Well, they're not guessing because George R. Martin is a producer of the show. He is an executive producer, so like they do sit down with him during the off seasons and be like, "Hey, like, what do you think? This? Like, this is what we were thinking for the characters. Is that like in any way what you were thinking?" And he'll kind of be like, "Yes or no," based on what they're saying.
Okay, well then they should come to me.
They should have came to you.
Yes. Because I have...
I've
already predicted so many things.
Yeah, but it's 2018, and you're just watching it for the first time now.
I know, but I predicted so many things already.
I feel like you should have went to them.
I feel like there should be less animals deaths.
Why did the I feel like
because they do nothing. They didn't hurt anyone.
I feel like the pigeon death fucked you up the most.
I'm like, dude...
She needed to eat, bro.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
She's obviously in a foreign city across the narrow sea. She spent outside in the rain an entire night.
And how did she leave that area? The dude bounced with the boat.
There's probably like another boat somewhere. It's a big building. Like there's probably other docks.
You know, though, I do like the when she's just saying names.
Yeah.
I feel like I should do that to remember names so I don't say Crazy like Stark or... See, like Arya's name I remember just because it's easy.
Why is Brandon Stark a hard name to remember?
Because Crazy Legs... Because it's a better... It's like, it gives you... You know right away when you say Crazy Legs Stark. You know who that is. Lord Dickless, easy. Very.
Lord Dickless?
And then...
You remember Tyrion. And
yeah.
That's not even a real name.
Yeah, because Tyrion. What do you mean that's not? Oh, like a real name in life. Well, because like, what am I gonna call him?
No, fucking half man, imp.
No, that's like mean.
Okay, but I mean, there's a million other. You're giving everyone else nicknames. How come you never gave Tyrion one?
I'm like,
you called fucking
meaner than Lord Diglis.
You called Ned Stark Triple H the entire first season.
Because he does look like Triple H.
Okay, Sean Bean does not look like Triple H.
Yeah, he does.
Do not bring wrestling into the world of Game of Thrones. Okay?
I hope in the next season there's a wrestler, but he's not. Like, that's not his name. But. Like, I feel like wrestlers could have been in the show. Except for the fact that they don't speak.
I think there are a few, like, cameos. They do cameos throughout, like, in this in this episode, actually, I saw, like, there's this one dude that I forget the name of the actor, but he was, like, one of the masters. He doesn't have any speaking lines, but he's just, like, in the background. I was like, oh, shit, huh. But they do have cameos, like people who are fans of the show, if they reach out to and if they're like, you know...
They'll like throw them in.
Yeah, if they reach out to the showrunners, then they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, come out to set for like a week, you know, a day or two, and then like, oh, you want to be in this scene? Like you can just be a soldier or something.
You know what though? I do miss the Hound in a weird way.
He had a good life outlook for this world, you know? He kind of knew what was what.
Yeah. Like, best moves were fuck the king and the whole him and Arya thing.
In that cabin. I think I'll take 2 chickens.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, their whole journey was fun to watch.
Yeah, that is like... Honestly, that's like the best part of season 4 for me, is the Arya and the Hound.
Yeah, like, and because they're like... The odd couple too.
Yeah, but like Arya's learning from him. Like Arya goes through like these stages of like mentors. Like you were saying, like Syrio Forel was her first one with the water dancing, and then after that she was like, you know, traveling with the Night's Watch, and she kind of met Gendry. She made friends with him, and then you know, Jack and Hagar was like obviously a huge influence. Like, oh, you can just kill anyone, whoever, like. You can kill whenever you want, whoever you want. I want to be like that, like, you know. And then the Hound. So it's like, and she goes through these series of almost like training stages, and like the Hound was like a very useful one for her because it gave her like the realism of like what Westeros is like.
Yeah. In
terms of like, oh, dead men don't need silver. Like, you fucking asshole. But like in the back of her mind now, she's like you even she uses a Hound line when those 3 guys are like, you know, be like, oh, that's a nice sword. I think we'll take that. That's worth 100 pigeons. And she's like, you know, nothing. What did she say? Nothing is worth anything to dead men.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's a Hound line. It's like, you know, you can see that she learns. From even though she, you know, didn't like the Hound.
And there was like a lot of comedy involved too with them.
Oh yeah, tons of comedy.
And then there's that one scene where she just gets off and then just murders a guy talking shit about like her family or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very good episode. I enjoyed it. Better than the first one.
I mean...
And Littlefinger's getting on my nerves too.
Littlefinger?
Yeah, because I'm like, you're obviously...
He's so manipulative.
Like, at this point, if you don't know that he's a traitor, like a liar, deceiver, like, how dumb are you, you know? And Sansa might be playing the long con on him, is what I'm thinking. And he doesn't know it. She just has to keep playing because
innocent card?
Yeah, she needs to play like the, oh yeah, I trust you.
I don't know about that.
And then later, just murder.
I don't know if Sansa has that in her. She seems to be a little bitch every time something happens.
Yeah, she needs to stop listening to people. I feel like that's their biggest problem. Especially the ones that have like a nice long resume of revenge.
Right? It's like, oh, who's gotten the most revenge in the Seven Kingdoms? Probably Littlefinger.
Who spent their days and nights plotting?
Like he literally spent 30 years wooing the sister of the girl he loved so that way he could one day get her to marry the hand of the king, or get her to marry John Arryn, the hand of the king, get her to murder her husband so that way the king would have to go get Ned Stark and bring Catelyn to King's Landing so then he could murder, Ned Stark, presumably, and then get Catelyn. It's like he plays these super,
Yeah, and it works out. Like, everything he plans goes according to plan, which is impossible. I've tried planning things out, and then when one bump happens, it's like, oh, well, I didn't.
Now we need a new plan.
Yeah, now that doesn't work. And I have to go back.
I feel like I'm very much like Littlefinger.
Like, your plans go to according exactly.
Yes. They go exactly how I want.
Well, that's nice.
Like the party was literally, I couldn't have pictured, I pictured it exactly like that. At some point, people were singing in here. I was like, yep, that is exactly what I wanted.
Oh, that's good.
Like the piñata, the fucking, yeah, everything went off without a hitch.
I was expecting more, Project X, helicopters.
See, that would have been like a non-Littlefinger move.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
That would have been terrible. That would have been no control.
Fires, someone running on the street naked.
Somebody would have got pregnant.
Alright, well, I guess that's it for this episode. I don't know what else happened.
That's pretty much it. I think we did a good. We touched all of it.
Mr. Sandman,
Next episode, though.
bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover.